A line is a straight one-dimensional figure having no thickness and extending infinitely in both directions. In algebra, there are two main ways to solve for the intersection of two lines, which is a single point. These two methods are called substitution and elimination, and today I'll be demonstrating both. So we're going to begin using elimination. And this method involves canceling out variables. So we're going to look at the intersection of these two lines. Y minus 6 equals 4x minus 2, and y minus 4 equals negative 4x minus 8. So we're going to treat this like a sort of addition problem, and we come out with 2y minus 10 equals, now since we have a 4x minus a 4x, we can just cross this straight out, and we're left with just negative 10, which we can then set with 2y equals, now negative 10 cancels out by adding 10, so we add 10 to the other side, and we get 2y equals 0. Now, what times 2 equals 0? 0. So y equals 0. So now we're going to put this value up here where it's safe, and erase the board. Now that we've found the value of y, we're going to plug it in for both equations. So on the top equation, that would be 0 minus 6 equals 4 times x minus 2. And then we simplify this by saying 0 equals 4 times x plus 4. Then we're going to do the bottom equation, which 0 minus 4 equals minus 4x minus 8, which we can then simplify by saying 0 equals negative 4x minus 4. So now we're going to want to simplify this even further by saying both 4 equals negative 4x and negative 4 equals 4x. So we can now divide this, and that gives us x equals negative 1. As negative 1 times negative 4 is 4, and negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. So now I've gone and plugged in the values we found, y equals 0 and x minus negative 1, and we come up with negative 6 equals negative 6, and negative 4 equals negative 4. Now this has been the elimination method. Now we're going to be looking at the substitution method. So first we're going to simplify this and isolate y as the variable. So y equals 4 times x minus 2, and we're going to add 6 to the negative 2. So we get y equals 4x plus 4. Then we're going to do the other one, and we get y equals negative 4x minus 4. So we can now set these two equations equal to each other, since both of the latter parts equal y, leaving us with 4x plus 4 equals negative 4x minus 4. And to simplify this, we're going to divide both sides by 4, leaving us with x plus 1 equals negative x minus 1. And upon further calculation, we can find that x equals negative 1. And so now we can plug this back into our original equation, giving us y equals negative 4 times negative 1 minus 4, giving us y equals 4 minus 4. Y equals 0. That's exactly what we found before. So now I've gone in and plugged the values that we found for x and y into the equation that we started with, and found that negative 6 equals negative 6, which is true, and negative 4 equals negative 4, which is also true, demonstrating that this is a true equation. And since this used the same numbers as we used in our elimination, this further demonstrates that these are indeed the correct values. Now, it comes down to the question of which is better for what, substitution or elimination. Now, in general, in my opinion, if the equations are more complicated, substitution is going to be your best bet, because converting the equation of a line to slope-intercept form is a bit easier than dealing with a ton of variables, which you'll have to do using elimination. However, both can be effectively used to verify that you got the correct answer for the intersection of two lines, as a crucial part of math is checking your answers in multiple different ways, such as using both substitution and elimination.